whole process of recording with Tupac. So I guess the way it was laid out was you didn't know Tupac was actually signed to Death Row at the time.
I did not.
And he had called you to do a chorus on the song Wonder Why They Call You Bitch.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what song it was until I actually got to the studio. But yeah.
Okay. Can you describe that situation? You know, going to the studio and then what happened afterwards at the hotel room?
Describe it. I mean, pretty much it's exactly what, like I said in my memoir. I mean, I went to the studio. I realized there were a bunch of Death Row people there. So kind of in my mind, it all started kind of figuring it out. I started figuring it out like right there. Like, okay. So, I mean, I played it off and played it cool, even though I didn't think, you know, that was a good look just because of the fact of the Suge and Puff situation. You know what I mean? Even though I didn't really know a lot of the details about what happened, but it was clear that he took a jab at Puff at the Source Awards and stuff like that. But I was pretty oblivious to a whole lot of the things that had gone on prior to that, you know, until probably a few years later, you know what I mean? So, I just played it cool because I'm a people person, and some of the people I had seen before or seen in passing or knew who they were, so I gave them respect, gave them a dab, corrupt, whoever, you know, smoking with people, drinking a Budweiser, just trying to, you know, be cool in the moment to get the thing done, you know what I mean? But not definitely thinking about, like, I know this probably looks crazy. They probably looking at me like, what am I doing here in this situation? But, you know, in my mind and in my heart, I knew that you know, I didn't really know what I was walking into. You know what I'm saying? So that was probably definitely one of the few times that being so so headstrong and so I'm gonna go get it done on my own, and so I can go by myself and make it happen. I mean, that's one of the times it didn't serve me so well. You know what I'm saying? Because it was definitely it was a bad choice, but I didn't know that until then. You know, had I known the things I know, I probably definitely wouldn't have done the song with him. I definitely wouldn't have gone in the studio to record anything that was related to Death Row Records at that time, whoever the artist was. It just, you know what I'm saying, period.
After you recorded, you know, you were owed $25,000 for the session, and you said that you went to Pac's hotel room and, you know, he basically asked for oral sex at that point.
Well, in a very surprising and offensive way, for sure. But I mean, by that time, I think it was, you know, it was pretty clear to me that it, you know, that was all kind of it seemed to me that was kind of like a plan. You know what I mean? Like you've been kind of like I kind of allowed myself to be played and allow myself to get into this situation because this is totally not how I operate. That ain't how I do business. And that was never even, you know, up for discussion as far as that being an exchange. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it was about. My whole point for being in LA was and not going on that bad boy tour was to be out there making my money. I've very much always been about the coins. So, you know, it was no way I was about to have done that and have myself do that song, feel the way I felt on the inside, and probably look to those people without getting some money when it's all said and done. So that was my ultimate goal. And by that time, it was tight. It was tight.
How you feel about it? You believe Pac slept with Faith?
Well, ain't from my point of view, it's facts. And I'm saying this in a way that, you know, I believe in giving a black woman, I think all black women is a queen. I love all women. Shit. Nigga, ain't no Diddy over this way. So it's like, I never had anything to speak on that until Faith started lying. She should have just left it as, don't say nothing, nobody else say nothing. What they was doing, including fucking, is nothing to talk about. So I'm not going to sit there and say I was part of having sex with her. But I tell you like this. Hit 'em Up came because of them. We had a whole different lyrics on that track. Faith, and somebody else. The other person is a pretty New York girl, and I'm not here to throw her on the bus, but she was very enjoyable, very beautiful, and very smart. And she got a baby by a guy who liked to dance. So her and Faith were friends. So Pac was always talking shit. But him and, I know that Pac still had love for Biggie. On the simple fact they were too close of friends, but he just felt they let him down when the shit happened to him. So when I was telling him, he said, man, when he found out who I was messing with, he's like, man, you always doing some crazy shit that nobody else can do. He says, well, get me Faith. He said, you say you can do everything. They say,
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Pac said, Simon said, and then it happens. He said, give me Faith. So, when he looked up, Faith was walking inside the studio. They had fun. They was in rooms together. They'd been together more than once. Pac is like me. He not gonna say something he didn't do. So when they heard the track, they wouldn't tell those other dudes. That's when they did that song, Get Money, the Junior Mafia, Lil Kim, whatever that shit was. So Pac was so mad, that's how Hit 'Em Up was born. So the question is, Faith, your secret's safe with me. Watch your mouth. You still on the West. Don't be tough. Just let it go. People stop talking about it. Sometimes people should be happy that they had a legend deep up in them. I don't know how deep. I wasn't there. Well, I was there, but I wasn't watching. I just heard it. Doing my own thing. So the question would be is, or the answer is, Faith, no.
You and Left Eye dated, right?
Left Eye is a very, very, very special woman. Very smart. Very sexy. She's the only one out the group TLC who wasn't messing with L.A. Reid.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
We could say allegedly, but the only person in the group that L.A. Reid wasn't going up in was Left Eye. Chili and T-Bars is probably something different. Yeah, I had all the love in the world for Lisa. We changed her name to Nina. But she told me she was a 9 millimeter for me. I could bust on her and she'd bust on anybody else. With a gun, of course. And that's Left Eye. Rest in peace, Lisa. I'm not going to do too much telling and too much talking, but I had Chili and her mother and TJ with me. Yeah, TJ. Fucking love. Both. I'm in Donovan prison right now. TJ right across the way. They were both in TJ, Mexico. TJ. Mother and daughter. Hey, ain't even for telling. TJ, drunken love, mother and daughter. Have one, have both. Shit.